on stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Assist to the front bumper, and he hits him again now. Ray Alfala into the outside wall.
He's gonna pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's gonna get them all done with. What amazing!
Lee to the inside goes Logan Clapman is gonna touch in. Pit press sideways. What a save!
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's Howley down to the inside.
Trying this contact though.
Slide left of the racetrack. Chris Renner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact.
He's going to try and make the move around the outside the Paravolca. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cutback here. Get the run out the Paravolca. That's beautifully done there. Michael Schumacher, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Bristol, Tennessee, the fastest half-mile track on the NASCAR circuit tonight. It's Chris and Rick up in the booth, and the track is warm, ladies and gentlemen. 90 degrees is where it sits at here tonight for your Friday night experience here with the Relentless Racing Series, their Xfinity car series. The air temperature right now sitting at a balmy 86, track temperature 90 degrees, and Rick, I'm hoping you're the back, but 90 degrees, that might not be the only thing hot here tonight when this one's all done.
Well, no, because if you remember last week in Hampshire, man, not really a short track, it's a 1 mile or so, and there was a lot of tempers that were planned, so it's going to be interesting to see if any of that carries over here to Bristol. I mean, we know, Bristol, high bank, fast, like you just said, it is slippery. The track temperature just went down to about 89 degrees, so it is cooling off a little bit as clouds come over. But this thing's slick, man. I mean, these guys are going to be banging doors, they're going to be having fun, and we know we're going to see what we quote, unquote, the big one will happen.
Well, no doubt about it. With about 1 minute left to go before qualifying, we've been watching practice, Rick, for about 45 minutes, and these guys are letting us know right off the bat these cars are tight in and very loose off. We've definitely seen that here throughout practice. These guys going to have a handful, and you know what, a footful too, because you got to be careful picking up that accelerator pedal coming out of the corners, or you'll spin it around just like we just saw.
Yeah, I mean, one big thing about this, I mean, a lot of braking is involved here at Bristol. I mean, the banks are nice and high, so it will help set the car crisp, but these guys got to learn to let off, roll through the throttle a little bit, just tap their brakes. But if they do too much, I mean, these cars are going to be in for a wild ride tonight.
And
we see you out there. We got Skittles, we got Roger Lewis, he's out there.
yeah, let's talk about points for just a minute, Rick. I'll let you clean up the mess you made before we came on. We got James Miller, your race leader, coming into tonight, or excuse me, your points leader coming into tonight. He's being followed by Troy Leonard, Thomas Wagner, Jeffrey Fisher, Eric Lyda, Kevin Giotricic, Matt Gruenberg, Jake McDonald, and Vic Bloom. We do have, I believe it was 5 or 6 drivers, I forget. Rick told me, and now I don't even remember, ready to go. You'll be looking for vehicles with the red splitter, the red spoiler, and the red sash across the windshield. But we're on board already with Scott Mertz as we are getting ready to qualify here tonight at Bristol. And yeah, it is Bristol, baby. We're ready to go. Fish Guts, thanks for joining us here on a Friday night. The most pleasant way I can think of to start your weekend off right. Happy summer, everybody.
Yeah, it's been down the road for here, bro. Today's the longest day of the year, and then the time starts getting shorter each day.
We're not going to talk about that yet, Rick, because, you know, as most of the country has had it, so too have we. Hasn't been a very good spring. Hopefully the weather patterns change for everybody and we have a great, great summer. 71 of Scott Martz with a 15.675. We've got a couple other drivers out there. He's immediately bumped by Adrian Pedra. Adrian doing a nice job with his lap. 15.421. Thomas Wagner in his 43 picking up second spot. A 15.540 on his first lap. Wagner looking to try and improve in that 43. A tough race for him last week. His second lap a little bit slower, a 15.670. Roddy Klein in the Pittsburgh Steelers, number 99 Ford Mustang, set and ready to qualify. He crosses the start-finish line, getting ready to go. His line not quite set yet, and he bails. Roddy Klein didn't like what he had. He took fourth in qualifying, didn't like it at all. The 31 is getting set to hit track, as is your points leader, the 25. That's James Miller. Hopefully we're looking good, sounding good out there, guys. I made a couple of adjustments. You let me know if Rick and I sound okay, if we're above the cars. If the cars are not loud enough, let me know. Everything here tonight can be adjusted. And welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. So happy you could join us here, getting ready for it's going to be a little bit of a long race here at Bristol. 200 lap event. We've got stage racing. First stage will end at lap 55. Second stage going to end at lap 110. And I got to laugh at Miller just a little bit before the race started, or qualifying. He asked if I wanted to take a bet on whether or not he hit the wall or not, and well, he did.
Good to meet so far. All right, that's what we like to hear. I mean, we apologize for last week. I mean, we're trying different things, and Chris was hoping that he can get by without using the software that we use. It is a little clunky, and sometimes he forgets to unmute himself, but we got it all back again. Hopefully I'm coming in nice and clear, and you guys can hear me again. Not that you were missing much without listening to me, but it's all good. And Chris, I'm all cleaned up now, but I mean, I bought these pads for my desk, okay? It's 4 separate extra long gaming pads, and 4 of them cover my whole desk, so one of them's a little wet with some PBR tonight, but we're good to go.
31 out on track. That's Matt Slovakai. And Matt, we're gonna try not to murder that last name. I think I already have. It's Slovenkai, not Slovonkai. So we're gonna get it. Christopher Tate on track in his 24 off the wall before the start finish line. Tate with a 6th place starting speed so far. A 15.679. Rick, you bought pads?
I did.
You're getting called out. You're getting called out.
The mouse pads.
Oh.
The extra large. And I'm glad I did, because I saved the keyboard, brother. That's the good news. And I saved at least 3/4 of the beer. So we're good to go. It's Friday night, brother. We're at Bristol. I'm ready for a good time. I mean, we're here with the Relentless guys. We got 5 guys. There's a total of 9 right now in the chase, but there are 5 here tonight. So it's going to be a very important race for them. They only have 1 more left before the next round goes, and that's going to be next week when we go to Sonoma, Chris, another road course. So that's going to be a good time. But you always got to have pads. I mean, and, you know, depends. You know, that way I don't have to go for a bathroom break.
Well, that all depends, Rick. And, yeah, you can't make it that easy on me. You just can't. I will take advantage every single time. Checkered flag waves over qualifying. We get set to go to the grid. Starting tonight on the pole, it's going to be the number 78, Adrian Pedra. On the outside, Rick, it's going to be Derek Garrison in his number 11. Starting third tonight, Thomas Wagner Miller able to pick up a 4th place starting point with a 15.543 in his 25. Scott Mertz in the 71. Going to be starting 5th of the 15.675. Chris Tate going to be starting 6th with a 15.697.
We got Rodney Klein in the 99, going to be starting in row number 4. Chris in 7th position. Jeffrey Fisher, the Fish Guts man himself, out there in that 60, going to be starting 8th in his Toyota Camry. We got Eric Lyda in the 33, going to be starting 9th in row number 5. Chris, next to him, my boy Troy Leonard. I don't have any Orangeville Coke, man. We missed you, but that Chevy Camaro looks good out there. So that 45 going to be starting 10th tonight. We got Frank Hartley Jr. in the 28, going to be starting 11th. Andrew Beach in the 27, going to be starting 12th. 13 is going to be the 15 of Jake McDonald. Matt Slovenkai in that 31, going to be starting 14th. Chris, rounding out the field in shotgun position.
14 cars getting set to do heavy battle here at Bristol. It's Tennessee. The track temperature has cooled down just a little bit, down to 86 as the sun starts to set. We are going under the lights here at the last great Coliseum, the fastest half mile. Nick, you know, Rick, this track has more nicknames that I know what to do with.
You're absolutely right, man. But it's Bristol. It's one. I mean, I know it's one of your favorite tracks too, Chris. I mean, back when we were running racing for a cause, I mean, we always ended our season here. This track holds a very special place in our hearts there, since they do support the American Diabetes Association, and of course your sponsor was always JDRF for type 1 diabetes. So we're at Bristol, man. This is going to be a good night. It's Friday. you and I have a vacation this week. We're here with Relentless. These Xfinity cars are looking beautiful. It's going to be Bristol under the lights, baby, for 200 laps.
If you have a favorite driver, now's the time to let us know. Pedra up front, getting ready to get this one started. Pace car drops down onto pit road, the 78 holding station. He's got the 11 of Garrison to the outside. The green flag racing here at Bristol.
There we are. Thunder Valley's going. The last race on the scene. The most fastest half lap of Bristol, Tennessee, baby. 78 getting a little pressure there by 11. 11 up on that outside lane. They're trying to make that Salta car work, but right now, 78 Adrian hanging on to number 1.
We've got a new challenge of second place. Thomas Wagner in the 43 throws it down to the inside. Thomas Wagner takes over second from Derek Garrison in the 11. Wagner looking for more. Took a peek to the inside, couldn't make it hold. So he settles for second. We go single file now to the top 5. James Miller in 6th spot, your points leader coming into tonight in the chase, and he is holding on to 6. He was defending against the 99 of Rodney Klein. Klein having a good race so far. Jeffrey Fisher in that purple and pink, number 60, looks to try and finish ahead of everybody else in the chase tonight. The 60 needs to keep it clean, and he's got a good shot at it. Eric Lyda in the 33, wearing that white ribbon for his wife. Eric Lyda also in the chase tonight. The 45, that's Troy Leonard. Leonard running in 10th, rounding it out here with Jake McDonald, Frank Hartley, Andrew Beach in that Mountain Dew 27, and Matt Slavinsky is doing a fine job so far. Slovakai, yeah, see? Well, we're going to do it, so we're going to do it. Up. I do, yeah, that's it. AJ Pedra gets into the wall. Pedra trying to hold on to the lead. He's got Thomas Wagner behind him. Wagner's only going to let you do that a couple of times before he takes a peek to the inside. Do keep in mind, we were told cars going in very, very tight. Cars coming off very, very loose, especially towards the end of a fuel run. We're a long ways from there now. Only working lap number 10 of 200 as the leader crosses the start-finish line.
And that's something that we haven't really talked much about here tonight, Chris. But tonight's stage racing, stage 1 going to be ending at lap 55, stage 2, 110. As you said, the cars are tight going in, loose coming off. There should be no issue with the stages. They have enough. Tonight, every driver has one quick repair, and they're all running 50%.
Thomas Wagner has fallen back to 6th spot, got into the wall, damage to the right front. He's charging back towards the front, though. The 31 goes down one lap. 31 not up to speed. Scott Mertz in the 71, the last car, rounding out the top 5. Mertz has a mirror full of Thomas Wagner. Wagner trying to get back up towards the front. Heavy damage to that 43, both right and left-hand sides. James Miller trying to keep it clean. James Miller, your points leader coming into tonight in the 25. He's got the 24 of Chris Tate right in front of him. Tate and that Monster Energy 24 trying to hold him off. He gets really tight, heads up towards the wall, comes back down. And the 25 has to move down and let off the gas. 25 right back to the rear bumper. Would like to thank everybody for tuning in here on a Friday night. Can't think of a better way to start your weekend off right than with a great race. Here we are with the Relentless Racing Series. Adrian Pedra is your race leader. He's led every single lap so far, Rick, with 15 of them. And we are under our first caution of the night. It looks like it may be Jeffrey Fisher involved. We're going to have to go back and figure out what happened to the Fishman. Jeffrey Fisher holding on to the inside. The 99 of Rodney Klein to the outside. And And oh, Fisher gets into him just a little bit. And that's all it took to take that 60 and spin him around. Oh, and then somebody else got into him as well. That may have been the 31. It was the 31. Heavy front end damage out of Matt Slavinsky. Slovenkai. You do it so well. You say it from now on. Slovenkai, heavy front end damage. Jeffrey Fisher also suffering damage, both front and rear ends tore up on his Toyota Tundra. Not Tundra, Toyota Camry. It's going to be one of those nights, Rick.
It's a Friday, Chris, at Bristol. I mean, it's been a long week for both of us. But hey, listen, we're going to get it down. And, you know, Sunday night, we're going to be back with the Toyota Tundra. So, with the Blazing Pedal guys and the truck series there, trjkarting.com truck series. So, you'll figure it out one of these days. But listen, so here's the thing, Chris. Now, all drivers have one pass repair. We're only on lap 18 right now. You don't want to use it now. 18 to 200, there's a lot of racing left, and Bristol is known for damage. You don't need to have a clean car to race here. The only thing you got to really worry about is the temperatures. So, I mean, it is warm out there. The air temperature is still sitting at 86. That track temperature is still at 89. So, do you want to waste that fast repair on lap 19 now? Or do you want to try to hold it off a little bit? It looks like Jeffrey Fisher, using that fast repair, that 60, just became a new, beautiful, clean Chevrolet. Or Toyota. I see, it is a long one. Okay, this is what I'm doing. You clean your glasses and I'll clean mine. The Camry is new again.
Two vehicles involved, the 31 and the 60. The 31 had no place to go. This track does not self-clean, Rick. If you get in a wreck here, you gotta hope nobody's behind you, and if they are, you gotta hope they have really, really good brakes.
I mean, you can run pretty wide here. It's very tight, but that track is just very, very narrow, Chris. I mean, you can pit 3. It's very dangerous to do so. I mean, it's even dangerous to run too wide here. But you're right. I mean, if you just tap the wall, you're gonna go flying. That's the thing. You got to hope that nobody's behind you, or if they are behind you, they have enough room to actually get on the brakes and slow down a little bit. Unfortunately, that was not the case there with the 31, but I think everyone's going to be okay. They have Jeffrey Fisher, the only car one lap down.
Slovenkai going to be your last car on the lead lap when the pace car lights go out. He's going to pass the pace car and rejoin the tail end of the field. So far, Slovenkai seems to, I don't know if he's having a problem with the pedals or what, but definitely does not have the speed here. So we got a new race leader. It's going to be Derek Garrison. Garrison has led 2 laps here under caution. Miller led 2 on the front half of the caution. Then he came down for service. And that means every single driver has been down pit road except for Slovenkai. And we are under the gate. Go! Big time accident right up front. The 31 did not get out of the way. And the 11, Derek Garrison, right into the back bumper. And I can tell you right now, there's going to be a lot of angry drivers out there tonight. We're going to go back and take a look at that restart. So 31 should have been going by the pace car a long time ago. He waited until the pace car dropped off. Then I don't know. Rick, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure what happened either there. He got really slow. It looked like he was trying to hope that everyone was just gonna kind of go around him, but he kind of backed up the field there a little bit. Garrison got on the gas there, and the 31 just sat there, so Garrison got into the back of Slovenkai, and that just sent a bunch of cars into each other there.
It's like he got on the gas pedal and then kind of got confused, hit the brake pedal, and a lot of cars suffering with one who didn't. Jeffrey Fisher in that brand new Toyota Camry. That 60 is going to get his lap back courtesy of this caution flag. As we are under the second caution here tonight, Slovenkai. I'm not sure what exactly he was thinking, but that hurt a lot of the top of the field here. as Derek Garrison absolutely destroyed the front end of his car and got ran into from behind as well. Gonna have a new race leader though. It's gonna be Eric Lyda in the 33. Lyda has been a pretty solid contender here in the last 4 weeks or so. 3 weeks in a row, top 3. Not so lucky last week, but he was just outside of it. Eric Lyda looking to restart and rekindle that flair to be up front.
Now, of course, Chris, we want to watch all the drivers out there, but the main ones that we're keeping our eye on, since we are in the chase, that 33, Eric Lyda, is the front runner right now of the people in the chase in that 33 machine. You got Thomas Wagner sitting in 4th right now in that number 43. James Miller in the 25. He's sitting in 6th right now. Jake McDonald in the 15th, sitting 8th. And Jeffrey Fisher, the number 60, sitting in 11th right now, Chris. Got plenty of racing to get back up there. And his car is nice and clean. That Toyota Camry does not have a scratch on it. So he did use the fast repair. And now he's got to take the time and the caution to keep that thing clean. I mean, we're on lap 25 of 200 right now, working on 26 of 200.
Gonna go ahead and correct myself. I said Lyda was up front, and that's not true. It's actually Pedra. Adrian Pedra back up front in that Furniture Road Toyota Camry. The 78 has led 20 laps so far of the 25.
Yeah, so far we've had 3 different race leaders. Pedra, like you said, 20, Chris, now 21. You got Garrison's led 2, and Miller also leading 2 there under the caution. And I expect to see that. I mean, Bristol's one of those tracks, man. We're going to see these front runners go. And, you know, I don't think it's going to take Lyda too long to get where he wants to go. There, Garrison, after restarting that lap there, Chris, that last restart in 1st position. That number 11 machine sitting in 11th. Last week he dominated in New Hampshire. Like, you wouldn't believe, he had a really good race there. Definitely not the start that he's looking for tonight, though.
Now, it does look like he may have opted to take a new car. So his quick repair is done for the night here at Bristol. Very early for that. Kind of surprising. If this is your first time here on the Turn 3 Racing Network YouTube page, make sure you go ahead and hit that thumbs up, number 1. Let those drivers know that you appreciate everything they're doing out there. Number 2, hit that subscribe and notification bell. It'll let you know every single time Turn 3 Racing Network goes live. You know, Rick, we've almost got something every night now between myself, you, KR, Danny, Roger. We've got a pretty good lineup. We could use one more broadcaster. I'm putting the call out here live. If you have the computer and the talent, guys, come on out and join us. Become a broadcaster here at Turn 3 Racing Network. As we go back to the green flag, Adrian Pedra looking to pick up right where he started this race. On the lead, he's got Eric Lyda behind him. Roddy Klein in the 99 feeling racing tonight. He's taking 3rd spot. He's got the 43 of Thomas Wagner right behind him. Miller in the 25 trying to take over 5th spot from Frank Hartley. Hartley doing it on the inside. The 25 has the momentum. He goes. The 43 gets very loose. Thomas Wagner trying to hold on. Can't quite do it. Hits the brakes and holds on after all. Across the start finish line in the right way, but we are under... Oh boy. We are under caution one more time, and it is. That's 99 Roddy Klein. We were just talking about him. And Klein has a beat up front end of that 99 machine. So we're under caution one more time. The 99 got on the gas, and the rear tires had some traction, and that ended up spinning the 99 back around into the inside retaining wall. So the 99 Roddy Klein bringing this one out. Rick, we've had no short of action so far. The 78 Adrian Pedra has led 26 laps, make it 27 as they cross the start finish line. Eric Lyda 2nd, Frank Hartley in 3rd.
And the 99 fell victim, just like the 43 Thomas Wagner did, Chris. He just got off just a little too much. I mean, we talked about that. It's very tight going in. It's very loose coming off. So that's something these guys have to watch out for, or you're going to see exactly what just happened to both the 99 and the 43. The rear tires are going to spin. You're going to go crazy. Rodney Klein, unfortunately, hit that inside retaining wall. Thomas Wagner was able to hang on to it there. But this is Bristol, man. I mean, we're going to see this tonight. It's warm out there. Track temperature still sitting at 86 degrees. The air temperature holding steady at 85. The wind's 2 miles per hour. Coming out of the east right now.
Slovakia, driver of the number 31, this time by gets the Lucky Dog Award. And Rick, with all the action on the track, we've got every single driver on the lead lap still. Adrian.
But I'm keeping my eye on, actually, Jeffrey Fisher, Chris. He just actually came over the radio, said his race may be done for the night. He is still sitting in his pit.
He's getting service on the left side tires. We'll see if he's able to make it back out. That'd be a shame if Fisher not able to continue so early on in the race. Can ill afford to have a last place finish while he's in the chase.
Yeah, I mean, next week we head over to Sonoma, Chris, and then we're going to have some drivers that are cut once again, so it's going to go down from 9 to, I believe, let me double check before I open my mouth. We're going down to the round of 2. So from 5th place back to 8th place, they're going to be eliminated. So four cars are going to be eliminated at the end of next week when we go to Sonoma Long for 50 laps there. In the afternoon, that's going to be a good time.
Nothing like a road course during the chase to really put the screws to somebody. Jeffrey Fisher, obviously one of the better road course drivers out there, so hopefully he's able to continue on. And actually tonight he is continuing on. Jeffrey Fisher going to be restarting this one in 9th place. Adrian Pedra up front in the 78, elects to go it from the outside. Eric Lyda in the 33 will start second on the inside. Then you've got Andrew Beach and Frank Hartley Jr. going to be rounding out the top 2 rows. The 28 is Hartley. Green flag is back out. Adrian Peterson, Pedra, oh my goodness, Adrian Peterson hits a running back. Adrian Pedra in the 78 takes off. He has a really good restart. We are single file top 3. Top 4 now making as Frank Hartley able to clear the 71. Scott Mertz under attack by the 15 of Jake McDonald. McDonald not able to make the pass. McDonald falls back in the 6th spot. Behind McDonald, it's James Miller in the 25. He's got the 60 of Jeffrey Fisher running behind. Fisher down to the inside. The 43, Thomas Wagner goes to the top side. Wagner trying to make his way up front.
He's just putting a little bit of gap in between him and Lyda, Chris. Lyda finally moves up there, trying to run the same line as Pedra right now. Sitting steadily in 2nd place. Putting a little bit of gap in between him and Andrew Beach. Andrew Beach sitting there in the 27th and 3rd. Got Frank Hartley Jr. there at 28 right behind him. Then we got a little bit of a battle. We got 25 with James Miller there. Working on the 71. Here's the 71. Here comes Thomas Wagner now down on the inside. So now Scott Mertz, feel a little bit of pressure from everybody around. They kind of settle in right now. Thomas Wagner looking at peeking on the inside for Chris as he comes around the corner. Each corner he gets down there low right now, working on the inside of Mertz. They head into turn 1. It looks like Thomas Wagner's going to have to go
Wagner! Wagner gets into Frank Hartley. Hartley goes around. Able to hold on. The driver's doing an excellent job of crash avoidance there by Frank Hartley. Sideways on the track. Nobody making contact. We'll go back and take a look. So the 43 has a pretty good run here on the inside. You see him get around the 71 of Scott Mertz. And then dives down to the inside. Hartley didn't even see him coming. All right, so the 71 got into him a little bit. Not heavy damage there. Scott Mertz will be fine. You see some of those drivers who have already taken their fast repair for the race back it way down, trying to keep their car safe. And that brings out caution number 4. As we rejoin the track now live, you see some drivers down pit road. Rick, in about 11 laps, we're going to have a scheduled caution, stage 1, right around the corner here. With the number of cautions, you'd expect that this has been dragging on. But I'll tell you, this race is going by at a very quick pace.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, these guys obviously want to run under green, Chris, but Bristol, very tough. I mean, especially with how loose the track is, as these guys come out of the corner. And I mean, that's just going to happen. We already talked about next week. After next week, we're going to be off-road week. That's going to be 4th of July week. And then we come back on the 12th of, actually, that one there, I may not be here, Chris. I'm going to be in Maine, actually, so I will tune in on my phone. But we're going to be heading to Kansas. So Roger, KR, Danny, anybody want to come in and help, you're more than welcome. But then we head to ISM, and then Homestead, Miami is the last race of the season on July 26th, Chris.
July 26th, about a month away before the end of this series. These guys are looking for new drivers. I have it on good authority, pre-race talk with a couple of the admins. They would like to see bigger numbers. If you have an iRacing account and you're free on a Friday night, perhaps you should look into the Relentless Racing Series.
I mean, this has been a good long season, Chris. We started the season back on January 18th at Daytona. Then we went to Atlanta, Las Vegas, Dover, Martinsville before we took a week off. New Smyrna, that was actually a fun race. They actually got these cars on a nice short track there. That was fun. Then we went to Pocono. We did the Roval. I missed that one because I was not feeling well, but man, that was a good race after I watched that one. Richmond, Watkins Glen, that was a fun one. We had Michigan, Texas. We already went to Kentucky once. We hit the Roval again. But these guys had a really good season. It's a long season.
Pace car. Pace car's off. We get back to the green flag. Pedro with a huge burst of energy. That 78 is gone. The 43 of Thomas Wagner taking over second spot. Eric Lyda falling behind. The 15 gets into the wall. The 25, James Miller underneath. No problem there. The 27 of Andrew Beach now on the inside of the 15. Jake McDonald maybe falling backwards just a little bit. He is in the chase. You can tell that red splitter, that red spoiler, the red sash on the windshield indicating he is a member of the chase club. That 15 looking ahead, sees the 25, sees the 43, and sees the 33 all ahead of him. He knows he has to get up towards the front in order to stay alive in the contention here. But Jake McDonald may be going around. McDonald hard into the wall. The 11 takes a little piece out of him. As we're on lap 50, we're going to have to go back and take a look. We saw it kind of developing alive. With Jake McDonald on the outside. And the 28 of Frank Hartley Jr. trying to make a move. And I'm going to call it right now. That's all net code, not a piece of contact there until the 24 gets into him. And then the 11. Until that point, it was all net code. If you're unfamiliar with iRacing and you don't know what net code is, basically it's iRacing they're trying to predict where your car is going to be. And sometimes it gets it very, very wrong, and I believe that's the case right there between Frank Hartley Jr. and the number 15 of Jake McDonald. So this track giving fits just like we thought, as we are under caution again. Lap 51 being worked right now. Make it 52 as the leader Adrian Pedra crosses the start finish line. Peter doing a good job, Rick. He's led 47 laps here tonight. Only 2 other drivers can lay claim to leading a lap, and that's Garrison and Miller. And Peter has had it all to himself, basically, up front.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The other thing that he's doing really good at, Chris, he's really getting the restarts down just the way he wants them. He gets to that starting line, and he's able to just go, and it seems like everybody else is kind of falling asleep there for a split second, and he puts a little bit of a gap in between him and whoever's running in second. So right now that's going to be Thomas Wagner.
Looks like Peja setting himself up to be on the outside line again. That'll put Wagner to the inside in second spot. Then you've got Eric Lyda, James Miller on the second row. Third row going to be made up of, as everything starts to change just a little bit on me, the 27 of Andrew Beach and Roddy Klein is making up the third row. Pace car lights are off, and we're getting set to go back to the green flag. Derek Garrison running in 14th position. Your only car, 1 lap down. Make it two laps down. As he is rejoining the tail end of the field. We're going to go green flag, have a lap, go back under the caution for the stage. This is it. Who is going to win stage 1? Big jump again for Adrian Pedra. Pedra with a huge jump trying to win stage number 1. The 43, Thomas Wagner, unable to stay with him. Here comes James Miller in the 25. Miller, your points leader coming in tonight. We're trying to run because he's not able to do it. We are back under caution just like that. This one easy to say though. Stage 1 is complete. Adrian Pedra gonna be your stage 1 winner. Congratulations, Adria. Adrian Pedra, his best lap of 15.527. He's coming down pit road, not even hesitating. He's being followed very closely by Thomas Wagner. Guys, we're gonna take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. We are back, getting ready to go back to the green flag. Pace car lights are off. Adrian Pedra, he has been on an absolute mission here tonight. Rick, he's led 52 laps of this event. Only 3 other drivers have led. Has the pace car comes down pit road, and Pedra looking to do it again. He does on the green flag. Pedra, your race leader.
And he just has some restarts now. Trying to catch up to him. Trying to work that inside lane, but man, Pedro, he knows that he wants to put 117. The car looks very comfortable there. He's comfortable driving it now. He's just doing a fabulous job. He's also like, yeah, we're in caution once again.
This one may be, 43, Thomas Wagner. As he's suffering some serious damage to the front end of that vehicle. We'll go back and take a peek. So Wagner's following McDonald in the 15. McDonald with a fresh car. And it looks like they may have made contact. So the 15 and the 43 getting together. And that brings out the caution once again, Rick. This is going to be caution number 7 on the night. We're on lap 63. And the front and back end of that 43, heavy damage. Adrian Pedra, don't mind. I mean, he's still leading. He's led 56 laps here. He's doing a fantastic job. Under the green flag, nobody's touching him so far. Andrew Beach in the 27, picking up second spot. Scott Mertz all the way up to third. Eric Lyda runs in fourth, and Frank Hartley Jr. in the 28 rounds out the top 5.
S78's nice and clean, Chris. I mean, he's had no trouble keeping it right in the line that he wants it to be in. He's very comfortable with that line that he's driving. It seems like a lot of drivers are trying to use that inside lane, maybe about a half a lane up, but you know, Pedra, he has it set. He runs a little high. But that 78 is very comfortable up there. That car is nice and clean. He's had no issues so far tonight. We're on lap 64 of 200.
Again, I want to thank you all for coming out to Turn 3 Racing Network, joining us for the Relentless Racing Series, the Xfinity Car Series. These guys doing a fantastic job here so far, trying to tame Bristol, the last great Coliseum. And I'll tell you, the track's biting back a little bit tonight, Rick. The setup not probably favorable to most of the drivers as we start going 2 by 2 once again. But they're doing what they can, and it's been nothing short of exciting so far.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, still, and we're definitely seeing it, Chris, as we're watching the broadcast here up in the booth. I mean, these cars, they're very tight entering the corner. They're very loose coming off. And like you said, it's bit a couple of drivers. I mean, it's so hard, but one guy it hasn't bit. That's Adrian. He's doing such a good job there in that 7. Got a little blink there, but he came back really quick. But just watch when he does the restart there. Once that pace car crosses our finish line, we should be lights off. And when he gets that restart, he times it just right. I mean, they're just coming out of turn 4, getting ready to go. And everything just works perfectly for him. He's able to get right on the gas. He does it nice and smooth, so his tires don't spin. You know, the car stays straight, and he just takes off.
Pace car lights are off. We're getting set to set these cars loose again on Bristol. Pedra going to be starting from the outside. Andrew Beach on the inside. Pedra in the 78, your race leader. This 27 going to be looking to try and do something to try and hold him back, but Pedra so far on the restart has been dominant. The 71 of Scott Mertz on the inside, second row. Eric Lyda outside, second row. Pace car drops down. We're getting set to go back to the green flag. Pedra hits the loud button. He is gone. Adrian Pedra is gone. Here comes the 27. 27, Andrew Beach trying to hold on to second spot, and Eric Lyda rocket ship all of a sudden. Eric Wyatt flies in the second spot.
Chris Lyda's kind of running the same line as Pedra right now. So the car's very fast. We have 27. corner and it's a little loose as they come out. 27 puts a little pressure on the 33, but it doesn't last long. 33 up there in the higher lane. They hang on to it a lot better than that low lane. That's what's fighting drivers. I think they're trying to run the old line here in Bristol. It doesn't work for them. You got to go up kind of half the lane, and then you're in the sweet spot. So far right now, Eric Ryder is the highest pace runner right now. Sitting there in second. The next one from there, Thomas Wagner in the 43. He's sitting at Jake McDonald in 9th in that 15. Jeffrey Fisher, he's sitting there in 12th in that 16. And James Miller in 25, sitting 14th, one lap down right now.
James Miller last on pit road 5 laps ago. So Miller going to be banking on another caution to get himself back on the lead lap, but he's got to get past Derek Garrison in the 11 first. Garrison, the first car, 1 lap down in the 11. And Miller way away from him right now.
Maybe the next time they go across that finish line, they're trying to backtrack right now, but if we go in the cockpit view, you can see the difference in the line that Pedro is running in the 78.
So what you're saying is we should do a cockpit view from Adrian Peters. As soon as he crosses the start-finish line, Rick, I think we can make that happen. Adrian Pedra leading us around a lap here at Bristol. We'll make it 2. It's a short track after all, half a mile here in Bristol, Tennessee. These laps go by so quick, 15, almost 16 seconds at race pace. Pedra by far the fastest car on track right now by over 1/10 of a second. Matt Slovenkai goes down 1 lap to Adrian Pedra, and we saw it happening out of the front windshield. We go back now to take a look at the field. Adrian Pedra is the man right now, the 78, getting it done. He's got about a 7/10 of a second lead over Eric Lida in the 33. Lida, who beside last week had 3 top 3 finishes in a row, looking to reclaim that hot streak, is the 33 in second spot right now. Scott Mertz in the 71 earlier in chat. I'm going to go back because Scott Mertz said something and I am going to correct him. Oh, no, that was a different vehicle. My bad. Scott Mertz in the 71, running in third. I was talking about Christopher Tate. Christopher Tate in the 24. You know, he's running in 10th place right now. He rounds out that top 10. And Tate said, I'm starting in the back to lose. Well, right now you're in the top 10, Chris, and you're doing just fine. Hold on to that 24. We'll see you at the end of this one.
Talk about Chris gets into the wall just a little bit, stuck a little bit of speed, but he's able to hang on to that number 24. And that's the thing, when you watch Adrian, he's so good, like he almost runs like a Larson line. He's right up there against the wall, doing a fabulous job, and that car is so comfortable riding that high line. And everybody else, I mean, I even watched Eric Lyda there when we were in the cockpit view, just to see the different lines. And even Eric Lyda was trying to move down. When they come into the corner, your instinct as a driver is to move down to the bottom because that is the fastest way around any circle. And, you know, but he just loses so much speed down there compared to Adrian. He just keeps it up on that high line and just goes. And right now, these guys are doing a good job. Our next scheduled stage caution is going to be coming out on lap 110. We're on lap 85 of 200.
Rick, as you were talking about that high line that Adrian Pedra is running, he kind of got into the wall just a little bit. Now, he crinkled up the fender, and that's about it. You don't need fenders here in Bristol, but it's just something to be aware of. No matter how good you're running, don't get complacent because you'll end up in the wall.
Well, that's one thing that is very hard too, and I've been trying to train myself as a driver, Chris, when I do my practice runs. Because a lot of times on a lot of tracks, that is the fast lane. You go to places like Michigan, Kentucky, stuff like that, even here. But the problem is the drivers concentrate on that wall just a little bit too much. Even if you just look at it, your car's going to tend to go towards it. Those wherever your eyes are right now, 78 into the wall again. So he's running that really high line and trying to go around the 31. And that's the problem. You break concentration, you glance at that wall just for a second to see how close you are. And that's exactly what you don't want to do. You got to just kind of keep looking straight. Maybe look down to your left a little bit to the inside of the corner and just try to keep it there. But right now, Adrian doing a fabulous job there. Running his line, I mean, it's pretty consistent lap after lap, Chris, of where he likes him. He's about, as he goes into the corners, he's almost right up against the ball. Not even a half a lane down. And when he goes into the corners, he's about a half a lane up from the bottom most times. But right now, he's just kind of wall riding, keeping it where he wants. As they come out of the corner, he just dives down just a little bit into the center of the corner, and it seems to be working very, very well for the 78.
He's got a 0.6 of a second lead over second place runner Eric Lida in the 33. And the two of those drivers have kind of checked out on third place. Third place belonging to the 71 of Scott Martz. And Scott just holding on to third right now. Frank Hartley Jr. a little bit further behind, about 0.6 of a second or so behind Scott Mertz. Frank Hartley trying to pour on some speed out of the 28, trying to break into that top three. Andrew Beach in the 27 has been a pretty strong contender here. The 27 looking good as he is running in the top five. He's got Troy Leonard, the perennial one himself, the 45. Rick, I can't believe you don't have, well, I'm not even going to go there, I guess.
One night trip and it seems to be working for Troy. He's been in the constantly in the top 10 series. So I don't want to bring him too much attention. He hasn't come up here in the booth talk to us yet. We are going to have that happen at some point. We're going to make it mandatory. And I'm going to have, when he wins, I'm going to have a, we're going to party for the Orange Mill Coach. I can tell you that. I love that car. I love the paint. It's really, really good on the track. And that's the cool thing about Troy Leonard, Chris. All season long, he's had different coach schemes. I think that's pretty cool. A driver out there, I mean, that's how much he cares about his driving experience. He's keeping in touch every week. I mean, sometimes it might be the orange vanilla. We had the Coke last week, car there for a while. Cherry Coke one for one race until I gave him hell about not having me, without letting me know. So if you're not going to pop the Coke, well, I'm really great job out there today.
Behind him, it's a battle for 7th spot as the 25. Actually, excuse me, the 25, James Miller, is one lap down. I didn't catch that until the very end there. The 11 also one lap down. So Derek Garrison and James Miller. Ooh, Garrison having a little bit of a problem coming down pit road. That motor may have just expired, Rick. Smoke coming out from underneath. Keep us posted on that pit stop as Derek Garrison looks like he is smoking coming down pit road. Your race leader, Adrian Pedra, just keeps on motoring. Pedra now has led 92 laps so far of this race. We're on lap 100. Next stage will be at lap 110, and Pedra looking to try and win that one as well. Pedra having his way here at Bristol, Tennessee.
As you asked, Chris, I've been watching the 11 there of Derek Garrison. The smoke was definitely rolling out of the number 11 itself, the car. And one bad thing about Bristol, there's two pit roads. So there's 23 cars, half the cars have the front stretch, the other half on the back stretch. And unfortunately, we let him run into the wrong side of the pit, so he had to go all the way around on here. He did make it into his pit stall. I'm watching right now. I saw some service being done. It looks like he's just letting his crew repair. We're just over halfway of the race, Chris, so he can still go out there and get some laps, but right now he's sitting 5 laps now.
And it looks like Garrison may have just loaded it into the hauler. Derek Garrison no longer on service. The 11 car has packed it up, and Adrian Pedra has one less contender out on track as he is leading the way. He's got a 1.2 second gap over the 33 of Eric Lida. Scott Mertz in the 71 still runs in third with Frank Hartley Jr. starting to close the door. Hartley Jr. looking to try and break into the top three. He's edging ever closer to the 71. The 31, more than one lap down. He's running in 13th spot, showing 3 laps down right now. The 71 makes his way around, as does the 28 of Frank Hartley Jr. 31 just doesn't have speed tonight, Rick. Matt Slovenkai. I think I said it right that time. Matt Slovenkai does not have the speed out there. I don't know if he's having pedal problems or what, but that 31, about half the speed as the other car, is running. Nonetheless, the 78, Adrian Pedra, still up front, 1.66 second lead now over Eric Lyda. Lyda trying to catch him, but he is falling behind a little bit now, 1.7. And then gets into the wall, scrubs some speed out of the 33, but Lyda still holds on. He's got the 71 of Scott Mertz, about 3.9 seconds behind him. And this field starting to spread out as we're on lap 110. Caution flag should be coming out here pretty shortly, Rick. There it is, caution number 8. And stage number 2. Their stage 2 winner going to be Adrian Pedra, who has dominated this race so far. Pedra has led 104 laps, and he takes that 78 Furniture Road Toyota Camry down pit road, followed by Eric Lyda, Scott Mertz coming down pit road, Frank Hartley Jr. down pit road, Andrew Beach, Christopher Tate down pit road. These guys are all coming down. Oh, actually Tate staying out in the 24. Looks like everybody else may be coming in. Tate looking to try and lead one here. So your stage 1 winner is Adrian Pedra. Don't let the graphics fool you. That 78 has been on absolute fire here tonight. We're going to take a quick time out. We're going to be right back. We are back live here from Bristol, Tennessee. Pace car lights are off, getting set to go back to the green flag. Adrian Pedra, stage 2 and stage 1 winner, still going to be your race leader. Eric Lyda going to pick up second spot again. Andrew Beach and Troy Leonard third and fourth. The 71 of Scott Mertz rounds out the top 5. He's going to have Frank Hartley Jr. behind him in 6th spot. Christopher Tate 7th. The 15 of Jake McDonald 8th. 9th, Jeffrey Fisher. Roddy Klein rounding out the top 10 as we go back under the green flag rig.
This time it looks like Aaron is not sleeping here. See, he's putting that 32 ahead. Trying to make a run on the 78 right now, not able to get clear. Adrian is doing such a good job there in that 78 tonight, Chris. I don't know if anybody can touch him, really. I mean, that car had the wall there, lost a little momentum, but not enough there. He's got that thing dialed in. He really does.
Single file all the way through the track, and we are under caution. Roddy Klein and James Miller may have been involved. Miller really slow on track. We're going to have to go back and take a look and see what happened. Roddy Klein and James Miller, the 99 machine on the inside, the 25 actually way up in front. So we're going to keep an eye on James Miller. Miller behind the 31 gets on the brakes and it goes sideways. The 25 and the 99, just no place to go. Rick, we talked about that during practice. This track, not a self-cleaning track, and the leaders have to split him. But James Miller going for a ride, him and the 99 duking it out. The 25 able to continue on. The 99 takes a trip down pit road via the tow truck as we are under caution number 9 on the night.
That was kind of a tough place for the 25 of Miller to be in, Chris. He tried to go up high, get around the 99. He tried to go around Fisher, tried to go around McDonald there, but the 31 was on that top line. Miller had no place to go and had to get hard on the brakes, like you said, and just spun that car right around. We're under caution number 9 now. This one happened on lap 117. And Chris, you're absolutely right. I mean, just you're not going to have a self-cleaning track here. I mean, you would think with the banking that you would, but the track is so narrow, and cars just bounce right back up on the track if they hit the inside retaining wall or the outside. They shoot down to the inside, so kind of difficult right now. We're going to see if Adrian Pedro can do it once again. I mean, we're going to have to call him Mr. Restart tonight. He's got these things dialed in. His inaugural race here with the Relentless Racing Series. As Chris said earlier, they are definitely looking for new drivers for next season, so you can find the links to their Facebook page right down in the description of the broadcast. Down there you can also see Facebook and Twitter links for us here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. And as Chris said earlier, we are looking for broadcasters. So if you know anybody who has a halfway decent computer, is looking to get in behind the booth, make a little bit of money, and have some fun with us, definitely head on over to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Turn 3 Racing Network. Drop us a message, and one of us will get with you. It's going to be a good time. I mean, we're definitely looking for some new broadcasters. I mean, we have a lot of work. We got something going on most every night, and it would be great to at least add one, maybe even 2 more to the team. But right now, we are still under caution. The pace lights are still on. They should go off this time by, I would think. We'll get this baby back under green. We're on lap 122 of 200.
Pace car lights are off, Rick, as we start cycling through the field. We're going to go through the top 10 here in just a moment, but I'll tell you what, man, this is unbelievable. Adrian Petra having his way with the field. He's led 115 of the 122 completed laps here tonight.
What a great way to join a lead, Chris. Come out here, show them you know what you're doing, and have a good time doing it. I mean, he has been very, very dominant.
78 picks up the green flag one more time. Adrian Pedra, this time no challenge out of second place runner. And it looks like Andrew Beach gonna really put the hammer down. Here comes Leiter to the inside, 33 looking to try and take second back. Eric Leiter on the outside takes over holds on to third. Frank Hartley was putting the challenge on. Good battle for second through fourth place right now. It's Andrew Beach in the 27, Eric Wyden in the 33, and Frank Hartley Jr. holding on to fourth. The 28, Frank Hartley taking a peek to the inside. Behind him, cracking into the top 5, it's Jeffrey Fisher. Fisher has the 45 of Troy Leonard to the inside, the 71 behind them both. The 71 looks to try and take advantage of the momentum on the outside. The 71 is there. Scott Mertz taking over sixth spot. The 45 battles back. Troy Leonard will not give up the position at the line. Scott Mertz has it. Behind them, it's the 43 and the 24. Thomas Wagner battling with Christopher Tate. Wagner being scored 4 laps down. Christopher Tate in the 71 in the 8th position lets him go. James Miller in the 25 after that last little spin. Being scored 2 laps down. He's the first car any laps down at all. And that is the points leader coming into tonight, James Miller. Certainly an opportunity for some catch up right now, as some of those drivers out there ahead of him tonight are on the lead lap.
I'm still watching this big gaggle of cars back here. Cars that consist of the 60 of Jeffrey Fisher sitting in 6th. Got Thomas Wagner there on his outside. The 24 is working on the outside, Chris. It looks like Fisher's going the wrong way now. Some of these guys are lap cars, including the 25. But it's just a huge gaggle. Everyone's trying to move Thomas Wagner into the wall. Oh, almost comes down into 24, but saves it, Chris. Now they're going 3 wide back here. Oh, nope. Miller said, no, I don't think so. Not tonight. And I don't think I blame him. I don't want to go 3 wide.
They thought about it, Rick, and they backed it off. Both the 60 and the 25 tapping their brakes to let the 43 go by. The 25 now around Jeffrey Fisher in the 60. Fisher on the lead lap. Doesn't want anything to happen to that. He's already used up his quick repair tonight. So Jeffrey Fisher having a good run. He's running 7th spot right now in that 60. Doesn't want anything to happen to that. Up front, it is Adrian Pedra in the 78 Furniture Road Toyota Camry. He is leading the way once again. Pedra has led 129 laps of the 136. And we are under caution once again. It looks like it is Thomas Wagner in the 43. Bringing out caution flag number 10. We'll go back and take a look. It looks like Wagner was getting loose. The 25 took a peek to the inside. Wagner able to hold on. Gets into the wall once again and in front of the 25. And Wagner goes around. Jeffrey Fisher may have had a slight contact there. Yes, slight damage to the rear of that 60 car. The 25 also picks up a little bit of damage out of that one. And we are under caution number 10. Scoring needs to set itself correct. Here comes Adrian Pedra coming down pit road. Derek, yeah, unfortunate night for you, bud. 40 laps down being scored right now in the 11. Unfortunately, not able to finish this one, and that's a shame. The 11 was looking pretty good out there tonight. Race leader Adrian Pedra coming down pit road. He may be starting a trend here. 4 different leaders so far in this race. Pedra by far the most. He's led 132 laps so far of the 139 completed, and he looks to lead some more under the caution. James Miller has been able to lead 3, Garrison with 2, and Fisher 1.
I mean, Bristol never fails to put on a good show there, Chris. I mean, real life or in iRacing. I mean, I remember my first Tour Modified race here, right before you joined the service, actually, was my best finish at that point. I came in here second in my Tour Modified, and I think you remember that. It was the blue Bell Simons one that I had. Actually, so it was when you joined, because I remember I made one up for you too. And that was a good finish. I actually have a truck win here and an auto club. So it's a good track, but it's very tonight. I mean, it's just been crazy. I mean, the setup, I don't know if it's the setup. The track temperature is still kind of holding steady. It's at 87 degrees, so I went up a couple degrees there. The air temperature is still sitting at 85. But these cars have been moving, and maybe it's just the Xfinity cars. I mean, these things have been moving all around tonight. So far, the man of the racing of the hour, Pedra, 134 laps. I mean, that's just amazing. That guy, he's got this track figured out. This has to be, I wish he was in TeamSpeak, because I want to find out if this is his favorite track, if he always does well here. Because he really has it dialed in.
Right now we hear him saving fuel as the cars start lining up 2 by 2. Pace car lights are out, getting set to go back to the green flag. Pace car drops down pit road, and we are back to the green flag. Adrian Pedra with a great restart once again. Andrew Beach looking to take advantage of the outside. Eric Lida trying to hold on to second, can't do it. Here comes the 27 of Beach, the 71, Scott Mertz trying to make something happen.
Lida just stuck in there on that inside lane, Chris. We've seen it all night. That inside lane is not the best lane. Definitely want to get up a little higher. Lida able to get in front of Mertz right now, so he hangs on to third. Here comes 27, trying to make a little run on the inside there, but like we talked about, he's got his lap, and he's hitting it consistently. Every single lap of where he goes, you just see the speed that he carries as he comes off the corner. It's almost like he's just rolling through nice and easy, and then he just taps the gas nice and lightly, and the thing just rocket ships. But right now, the 27, Andrew Beach trying to find a way around the 78. Eric Lida sitting there in second. Eric Lida is the top one, driving in the chase right now. Fisher is the next one. There's in the 60 machine sitting in 7th, Miller sitting in 8th in the 25, Jake McDonald sitting at number 15 in 9th position, Thomas Wagner in 10th. So right now, Eric Lida is exactly where he wants to be as he now takes over second.
As you were saying, Rick, the 25, James Miller, gets around the 60 of Fisher. And James Miller back on the lead lap, enjoying a 6th place run so far. He goes way to the top side, looking to try and get around Troy Leonard in the 45. Couldn't make it happen that last time. He goes way up high again. The 25, James Miller, your points leader coming into tonight. Miller would love to work his way back up towards the front. 2nd place in view. And Adrian Pedra is checked out once again. He's led 141, making it 142 as he crosses the start-finish line. Lida and a whole host of other cars right behind him trying to catch him back up. Eric Lida has the 71 of Scott Mertz behind him, Frank Harley Jr. and Troy Leonard. Then James Miller in the 25. Jeffrey Fisher holding on to 7th spot. Jake McDonald in the 15, running in 8th. Andrew Beach, he's got the 27 machine in the top 10, running in 9th spot right now. Thomas Wagner, the first car, any laps down, it's 2. Thomas Wagner in the top 10, 2 laps down. Matt Slovinkai is going to be running in 11th spot. He's running 5 laps down over Christopher Tate, Roddy Klein, and Derek Garrison.
Yeah, those last 2 drivers, Chris, they packed their cars up into the holler, say, hey, let's get these things working back again and get out there to Sonoma for next week.
Laps really ticking down now, Rick, as we're doing 15.5-second laps out of the race leader, Adrian Pedra. Pedra 1/10 quicker per lap right now than Eric Lyda. Lyda has to find some quicker speed around this track in order to try and catch Adrian Pedra and put a challenge on the leader. But right now, Scott Mertz catching the back bumper of the 33. Mertz looking to try and put that 71 in the second spot.
I mean, speaking of that, I mean, the temp faster, so it doesn't sound like a lot, but I've been watching the leaderboard from first to second place, which it was at 1.5 seconds. Now it's at 2.199. So every lap, he opens up just a little bit more of a gap and just takes off. He's doing a fabulous job, and he's focused on it. If you're in the cockpit with him, Chris, you can just watch to see how little movements he was doing to that wheel. Nice and smooth. There's no jerkiness. He just kind of turned it down. That car is definitely dialed in his left.
Well, what do you say we go back into the cockpit of the 78 when he gets to the start-finish line? We'll take another lap or two around this track with the race leader, Adrian Pedra. Diving down into turn number 1, actually keeping it up nice and high is Pedra. Then he comes down to about the middle of the lane. Up high into the corners once again, back down towards a little bit lower out of 4 is his secret. That keeps it nice and straight, and he's able to get in the throttle, rubs on the wall a little bit in turn 2. Back down the back stretch he goes, turn 3 and 4 right here. Trying to keep it consistent is the race leader, Adrian Pedra. Pedra doing a fantastic job here tonight. He's led 153 of the 160 we've completed. Most of these guys, Rick, have been on pit road 22 laps ago. James Miller is 21 laps, so the tire's a little bit fresher, but I don't think that's an advantage at this point. Miller has worked his way up to 4th spot. He's working the back bumper of Scott Mertz. Miller gets into the wall just as we're talking about him. He's able to hold on and doesn't scrub that much speed as he is on the back bumper of the 71. 71, Scott Mertz going around. Miller taking himself out of it. Miller slow to get back on the gas. The 71 even slower. The 71 back to 7th spot. James Miller gets into the back, and the 71 loses big time as he goes from 3rd back to 7th, Miller back to 6th. The winner of that exchange is the 28 of Frank Harley Jr., Rick. He launches himself back in the 3rd spot. He's got Troy Leonard right behind him, Jeffrey Fisher in the top 5. And the 78 of Adrian Pedra keeps on motoring. 2.4 seconds is the gap now between 1st and 2nd spot. Pedra over Lyda. Frank Hartley Jr. in the 28. Running in 3rd spot. Troy Leonard holding on to 4th. Leonard trying to catch Hartley. Leonard would love to have a top 3 finish. It's been forever since he's been in the top 3.
In the interest of interest, I'm looking, so the race leader right now, Adrian Pedra, 29 laps so far out those tires. Eric Lyda 29, Frank Hartley Jr., Troy Leonard, and Jeffrey Fisher 29 laps. And like we talked about, James Miller 27, so the tires are a little new. Got Andrew Beach at 30. And then you get back down to the driver sitting in 11th right now, 6 laps down. That's Matt Slovik guy. He's got 53 laps on that set of tires, bro.
31 definitely feeling it. He is definitely slow on track. Definitely, he just hasn't been up to speed this whole race, Rick, and I keep going back to maybe a hardware problem.
Well, I know I've had that problem on pedals just before where, just you're matching the gas. I remember I had problems with my brake where it was just constantly dragging, so maybe kind of having the same issue there. That 31 definitely not up to speed. I don't know if he knows how to go down to the pits and get a little repair, but I mean, we're sitting here on lap 171 of 200, so the race is almost over.
Adrian Pedra, your race leader so far, Eric Lyda in 2nd. Hartley being chased down by Troy Leonard. The battle should happen here in the next lap or two. Troy Leonard really has found some speed later on in this race. Just shy of 0.3 of a second is the gap between third and fourth place. Hartley Jr. and Troy Leonard. Leonard closing in more on the corners than he is the straightaway. Leonard may have found a little bit of something in that 45.
One driver out there, Chris, does not slow down at all. That's a 78 leading the Pedra. Got a 3-second lead right now. On second place, Eric Lyda. Eric Lyda is the highest running chase driver so far, sitting there in second. Got James Miller in 25 sitting in fifth. Jeffrey Fisher sitting in sixth in the top 10. Jake McDonald in the 15. He's sitting in eighth. Thomas Wagner in the 14 in 10th.
Yeah, Wagner has his hands full in that 43. We saw him bouncing off the wall a couple of times, trying to stay out of the way of the race leaders. And that 43, heavy damage there. Adrian Pedra crosses the start-finish line one more time, completes lap 177. We're working lap 178 of 200. And the 78 machine has had no issues so far. He's led 171 laps of this event, making it 172 as he crosses the start-finish line again. Lap times have definitely started to slow down. Rick, last lap time for the race leader, a 16:3:22. No longer is he the fastest car on track as Eric Lyda behind him, about 0.2 of a second faster that last lap.
Definitely noticed that the tires start wearing out, Chris, and these cars do get a lot slower. I mean, like you just said, that last lap for Pedra, 16.332, his best lap so far was a 15.527.
$19 laps to go. Make it 18 as Pedra crosses the start-finish line one more time. Pedra doing a fantastic job, looking to try and win this one.
I mean, he dominated the race from the start, Chris. I mean, one stage once, one stage two. Got in the lead for most of the race. I mean, we only had 3 other drivers that were able to lead laps, and most of those were under caution. Miller with 3, Garrison with 2, Fisher with 1. Pedra right now 177, ready to make it 178. Pedra. It's trying to say Pedro, but Adrian doing a fabulous job out there. Now we got a couple people out in chat, Chris, who seem to know Pedra. Is this his favorite track? I mean, he's got Bristol locked down.
15 laps to go. Make it, really, it's like 14 and a little. As Pedra goes across the start-finish line to make it 14. Eric Lyda holding on to second spot. Frank Hartley Jr. third. Hartley Jr.'s got Troy Leonard behind him. And here comes James Miller, your points leader. Jeffrey Fisher following him. Fisher really trying to pour it on now. Wants to finish in the top 5. He's got to get around a couple of drivers to get there. Fisher taps into the wall. May come down a little bit quicker though. Had a straight exit. Now it's Miller into the wall. Frank Hartley Jr. fighting an attack every which way he goes. The 25 was looking high. The 45, oh no, the 60. Jeffrey Fisher all of a sudden goes, I don't know where he's gone. Jeffrey Fisher not being shown in the service. We continue under the yellow. Fisher gone from the service. Looks like sudden disconnect, internet issue perhaps, and Jeffrey Fisher losing positions, now being shown 1 lap down. Heartbreaker for Jeffrey Fisher. Oh my.
That's a heartbreaker, Chris.
Fisher could ill afford to have an incident like that happen tonight, and here we are late in this one, very late in this one, and Jeffrey Fisher still has not been able to get back out on track. Fisher with a disconnect. The 78 of Adrian Pedra still holding on to lead. He's led 186 laps. He wants to lead 8 more, make it 7 as he crosses the start-finish line.
I'll keep my eye on trackers to see if maybe Fish Guts or Haley's out there able to tell us what's going on. But yeah, Jeffrey Fisher not definitely disconnected. That is unfortunate. Had a rough night. He was running up there in the top 10. And then boom.
Battle now for third as the 25 James Miller gets to the outside of the 28 of Frank Harley Jr. James Miller has the preferred line here in Bristol to the outside. Harley trying to defend. The 25 makes his way across the start-finish line right before Harley Jr. James Miller, points leader coming into tonight, takes over third spot. Behind that action, it's the 45 of Troy Leonard. Leonard has caught the back bumper of the 28, looking to see if he can get around in the last 4 laps. But up front, it is still Adrian Pedra. Pedra has led 191 laps here of the 200 laps we've done, are about to do. 3 laps to go for the 78. The 33 firmly in second spot. James Miller's made his way into third spot. Miller's scraping the wall. Sorry, go ahead, Rick.
I just want to say hi to Terry checking in, saying that he can't see the race, but he's still here for support. We appreciate that, buddy. Not sure exactly what's going on. Hey, listen, we're going to be seeing that guy in the number 86. I'm not sure if it's going to be the Bud Light or the Foster truck. That's going to be a Sunday night, Chris, when the Blazing Pedals TRJ comes down right here on Turn 3 Racing Network. You and I are going to be in the booth again Sunday. Can't wait. I don't want to push the weekend away, but hey, I'm on vacation next week. I know you are too, so I can't wait for Sunday night, Brett.
And before we get there, we have to congratulate Adrian Pedra. He came across the start-finish line to take the checkered flag. Eric Lyda ends up second. James Miller third. Adrian Pedra put on a clinic here tonight, leading 194 of the 200 laps run tonight, Rick. Absolute dominating performance out of the 78, and he really deserves to burn the house down. We'll see if he does it. Here we go. 78 cranks up the front brakes, and we get the rear tire spinning. He backs it around. We'll see if he's gonna. Yeah, here we go. Donut City, well deserved out of the 78 camp. Adrian Pedra with a dominating performance here tonight. Eric Lyda picking up a second place finish. James Miller in third. Guys, we're gonna step away for just a moment to set up some post-race interviews. Unfortunately, unless he comes in, Adrian Pedra not going to be able to be interviewed here on TeamSpeak. We'll be right back. We'll give him a moment to see if he can get into TeamSpeak so we can talk to the race winner right after these messages. And welcome back, race fans. We have just watched 200 laps here in Bristol, Tennessee. An absolutely dominating performance out of Adrian Pedra. But before we get to him, we've got to talk to the other guys that finished in the top 3. And in third place tonight, it's going to be the driver of the number 25, James Miller. James, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
I got you.
I'll tell you what, bud, your car has seen better days, but that 25 was able to get up to the top 3, finishing third tonight. Why don't you take me through your race? It's been up and down one for you.
Yeah, it was a struggle. Just tried to play it safe there because everyone was just everywhere, and near the end there, got my laps back and just trying to pass people, and no one will let you by, and even though you're clearly faster, and just no give out there. Everyone trying to take, everyone racing just way too hard for the skill level they have. Just frustrating. I know I didn't make the most legit run using the wall to help rotate the car, but I was just too frustrated to deal with it when trying to pass somebody who just keeps blocking you every corner, and then you guys get together and the other car just drives through you. It's just frustrating, you know.
Absolutely. Well, a third place finish nonetheless for you, James. Anybody on that 25 Toyota Camry that you need to thank tonight?
Yeah, just thanks to AV Sport for the car and the team, and to all the fans out there watching quite the race.
Absolutely. And speaking of team, your teammate Jeffrey Fisher all of a sudden disconnected. Was that an internet issue?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
No.
Good enough. That's all I need to know. James Miller picking up third spot here in the 25. And we move on to second place finisher, the number 33. That's going to be Eric Lyda. Eric Lyda in the 33, picking up second spot here tonight. Eric, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, guys, I got you.
Well, bud, last week wasn't your week in New Hampshire, but you are right back into that role. Top 3 finish again for you. Coming down into the chase, this has got to feel great. Tell me how the 33 feels for you tonight.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I was getting a little worried there at the end. I was falling off a bit, but got caught some traffic. Just couldn't get back up to the first spot there. But all in all, happy with tonight. Stayed out of wrecks, and good night overall.
Oh, that's the key, isn't it, in Bristol? Trying to stay out of all of the wrecks that happened. Certainly, there were quite a few. Anybody on that 33 you need to thank tonight, bud?
Just Carolina SimWorks and everybody watching. Thanks.
All right, Eric. Congratulations once again on that second place finish in your number 33.
Thanks, guys. Always a great job for you guys. Thanks.
Thank you. And that leaves us with one other driver to talk to. It's the race winner here tonight, Adrian Pedra. Adrian, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yep, 10-4.
I'll tell you what, man, that Furniture Row Toyota Camry was looking like a rocket ship out there tonight. Definitely the class of the field, leading 194 laps. Did you ever have a concern in this race?
Well, our main concern was towards the end. We just didn't want to caution. We just wanted to stay green as long as we could because we were the best on the long run.
Well, I was definitely showing up. You were 0.2 of a second quicker than second place finisher Eric Lyda, and that 78, it would just look great tonight. You did get into the wall a couple of times, overall the Furniture Row machine looking pretty darn good out there. Very strong run out of here, Adrian. Where have you been all season?
Well, I just got in this league. You know, I got to thank Andrew for inviting me. My first race was probably the best experience I've had out of any league. So I really owe this win to Andrew, and I'm looking forward to racing here some more.
All right, bud. Well, listen, we got about a month left to go here, and the chase is already locked in, but I'll tell you, keep performing like you did tonight, and it's going to be something to watch. Thank you very much for coming up and joining us tonight.
Yep, no problem.
And that is your race winner, the 78 of Adrian Pedra. Actually, Adrian, I dumped you off of me really too quick. Anybody on that 78 team that you need to thank?
You know, just got to thank Furniture Row, TRD, you know, Bass Pro Shops. They made all this possible. And like I said before, I got to thank Andrew Beach.
All right, bud. Well, congratulations once again, and as a hell of a win, man. That was
Thanks,
wicked. All right, bud. And that just about wraps it up here from wicked Friday night here, Bristol, Tennessee. Rick, you can't ask to start the weekend any more exciting than what we just saw.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, 200 laps. I mean, Bristol's always tough no matter what you're driving, Chris. And I think these guys put on a good show. I mean, a little rocky at the start, but hey, these guys, they figured it out. And Adrian Pedra, man, he just put on a clinic tonight and showed these guys how to get around. So hopefully some people save this replay and watch it for the next time these guys hit the Bristol, maybe next season.
And with that, we're going to call it a night here from the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you very much for coming out and watching us here at Bristol with the Relentless Racing Series Xfinity car. Guys, we really do appreciate it. Rick and I will be back up in the booth here Sunday night. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Let these guys know you just watched a hell of a race. Make sure you hit that subscribe and notification bell so you know every single time that Turn 3 Racing Network goes live, and we will see you next time. Good night, everybody.